Hello, and welcome finally to my walking review of Muse's Origin of Symmetry. I did Showbiz a long time ago, and I haven't looked at it since, honestly. But I think I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, Muse are a band that I am very familiar with. Listened to them since I was, I don't know, mid-teens probably. So I know their stuff pretty well because I am now 24. So yeah, and yeah, lovely views. Origin of Symmetry is kind of a, I mean, don't get me wrong, Showbiz performed pretty well commercially, but Origin of Symmetry, I don't think it really would have widened their fan base. They expanded their sound a lot. Oh, there's some gazebos over there. They expanded their sound a lot, growing on the kind of operatic aspect of Showbiz. You know, the self-titled track is a very dramatic and well, operatic, as I said, track. And Origin of Symmetry is just full of these influences from classical artists, like I think most notable was Bach. No, not Bach. Was it Bach? It might have been Bach. His last name was like something. Is Russian. I'm pretty sure it was a Russian composer, and he made, if I'm correct, hummingbird moth, I think. Try and have a look. Oh, it's on away. Don't think it was, actually. I think I'm being too kind to myself. But whoever it was, I know one thing for certain. They composed and wrote Isle of the Dead, which is an epic track. It's absolutely awesome. You should listen to it if you like Muse, Origin of Symmetry in particular. But onto the album. So it opens up with Newborn, which, I mean, what an album opener. You know, I love would have been Muscle Museum, wouldn't it? That would have been the opener for Showbiz. Newborn is, that piano melody at the beginning, oh my god, it's so lovely, and there is that sense of dissonance with the kind of intro, like I think there'll be accidental notes, wouldn't they, that he brings in as the pattern progresses, and then loops it, and until it reaches that kind of, it's not a climax, but it's like stumbling upon a truth that you really don't want to see, and it opens up. You hear the drums beginning to rise, and then the riff just rips through, and it opens up into the track. It's the main track, I suppose, and Matt Bellamy's vocals are just like so much improved compared to Showbiz. I mean, don't get me wrong, Showbiz, his vocals are amazing, you know, and he's been doing music since he was a little kid, you know, but you know, I think you can spend all that time doing music, kind of playing music. It's only really when you're properly sat down trying to work on some music do you open something up new within you. And yeah, so you can see how Showbiz was definitely the warm-up, and we're just straight off the bat with Newborn. Oh, this is an interesting area. Lots of stingers, but like there's a little bench. How nice. Ow. Oh, squeeze on through. But yeah, it's just, yeah, like, I mean, there's no holds barred. It's just unapologetically itself, Newborn is. It makes such an amazing first impression on the listener. I mean, yeah, I just you know, if my musical theory was any better, I could probably dive into it a lot more. I tried to learn it a bit on piano, but all I could do was the intro bit, and then when it came to I did that bit, but then I just kind of stopped because I'm really bad at actually doing pieces that are already made. I'll just, if I come across something and I'm like, oh, that sounds like a track I know, then I'll continue playing it, but I'm really bad at actually pursuing learning another person's track. But anyway, after Newborn, I think, is it Bliss? I'm thinking it's Bliss, but it might not be. Could be Bliss. Oh, I love that tree over there. Oh, that's nice. It's really nice. It's really nice. Yeah, I said I should be familiar with it. I should know. I think it is Bliss. I'm going to stick with Bliss. And Bliss, oh, what a beautiful track. What a beautiful, beautiful track. I mean, you know, it's really, it juxtaposes. I suppose it still has this, like, that arpeggiating synth that, I mean, you know, is just so Muse. Like, you know, it's kind of one of their sounds that they keep going back to, you know, even with a thing like Blockades. I'm trying to think of, I think one of their new tracks, Hexagons, possibly, that has that, like, arpeggiating chord progression, and you know, it's really like quite just iconic, really. But quite like Newborn, quite like their predecessors, the grunge, the kind of quiet, and then it breaks out into, like, really just loud clashing drums and heavy guitar riff. And Bliss, I mean, you know, it really, I love the almost desperation the track creates for something feels beyond you, some muse, that you kind of aspire to be, whether it's real or not. Yeah, it doesn't matter, because how you view it is the thing that dictates the track the most, and I love that. Everything about you is how I wanna be. Your freedom comes naturally. Yeah, lovely track. I mean, it's definitely one of my more listened to tracks. Newborn, I used to really not listen to it a lot. I think it was a bit too, I don't know. It was when I got, like, kind of older, I suppose, I listened to Newborn more. I didn't really get it, I guess. But Bliss, I listened to that quite a bit when I was first listening to Muse. Not because it was more gentle, because I love Citizen Erased. I listened to that. That was my most listened to track. Anyway, I am jumping ahead. Can't think of what more to say for Bliss. I mean, it's just, it's blissful. It really is blissful, but not in a way which kind of, you know, say pop tunes, for example, when I want to capture something, they're always like trying to be so sweet and everything, and they're just, oh, what's the most poppy chords I can find? But Bliss doesn't really, you know, it's not like that. Yeah, it's that desperation for Bliss, and it creates a very different feeling in itself. It feels more real, I think. Yeah, Bliss is a pretty dope track, and I think the next track after that, would that be Dark Shines? Would it be Dark Shines? Let's say it's Dark Shines. Don't think it's Screenager. I think Screenager comes after Dark Shines. So, unless Screenager comes after, I'm trying to think. So I know it's got Citizens Raised, Microcuts. I think Screenager comes after Microcuts. So, Dark Shines next. Let's say it's Dark Shines. I'm pretty sure it is. Well, when's Feeling Good? I'm feeling good. Feeling Good, I think, is one of the last tracks. But anyway, let's say Dark Shines. And I mean, it's such a, I don't know. It's definitely one of the tracks that I struggled with when I first started listening to it, because it's it's like and it's just so dirty. I think I really just couldn't approach it when I was younger. So that's one of the tracks that I really learned to appreciate later. And I mean, it's just such a good track, you know. It's abrasive, you know. It really like, you know, you kind of had your introduction and now it's just like, hey, here you go, here's a track that will really make you go ooh, you know. It kind of decides whether you can handle the full extent of the album or not. And I mean, I'm trying to, is it I'm thinking of lyrics, I'm not quite sure if it belongs to this track. I carved your name in my heart, will destroy this world for you, I know you want me to. I mean, it's so edgy, it is so angsty. I mean, teenage angst and that angsty attitude is just, it's abundant in this album. It really is. I mean, it's young Muse. You got to excuse them for it, because don't get me wrong, I embrace the angst, and honestly, there's nothing wrong with it. I love angsty attitude in albums. It's so good. Yeah, I just thought that track, it just, you listen to it and you do feel, they really just, like, you know, every track suits its title. And sometimes I listen to tracks and you see the title and you kind of expect something, you create an image in your head before you listen to it. And every track on this album, the title fits, and that's good. I mean, I feel that's kind of a simple, it's one of the first things you want to be able to do, is have the title of a track fit the actual track itself. And yeah, undoubtedly, Dark Shines is Dark Shines. I just think it's one of those more difficult tracks to get into. I don't know where my plan is to go now. I have reached a location, a little town, village nearby where I live. What my plan is, could go down that stretch, which would take me along that way. I could go down there. Yeah, it's just quite a stony path right now. I have no shoes or socks on because it's a hot day, and shoes and socks available to me were not ones I wanted to wear, so I've just gone out barefoot. But yeah, Dark Shines. Yeah, so that is I'm trying to think of how it makes you feel, and I think it is quite, like, the descriptors for it aren't very out there. Like I said, it's angsty, it's dark, might surprise you, but of course it's yet again, like with Bliss, it's about this obsession, this thing, this figure, suggestively feminine, that Matt, or kind of whatever the character is, whether, you know, you never know how much a album is actually attached to the person or whether it's a character they've created, but I still think that's attached to the person. So Matt aspires to be, and yeah, it's like, yeah, it's following that kind of obsession, this track does. And I mean, it just reaches this crescendo of noise at the end, and you hear Matt going, and he's just, you know, doing his full falsetto, hitting it like he does, and yeah, and I'm pretty sure it just kind of ends, doesn't it? Which I think would lead us on to, you know, I do think this now, but I think of, and it's funny because these two albums would come out at the same time, but there are a lot of kind of chords in Origin of Symmetry which are very similar to Radiohead's Amnesiac, obviously it's impossible to say that one inspired the other because they came out the same year, you know, and making an album takes more than just a few months, you know, and the whole idea process and everything. So it's just interesting how Dark Shines makes me think of Life in a Glass House, and, you know, all the percussive noises that come throughout this album, Origin of Symmetry, that is very, I would say, like Arabic, I suppose, like the Arabic chord progression, which, I mean, there's multiple, I'm pretty sure, but I remember doing one, and it comes up quite a few times, I'm pretty sure, within this album. It's almost like snake charming, and well, obviously, you know, that's where the stereotype comes from. The image is placed with the music, and they become one, and now it's a stereotype. Of course, the two don't necessarily correlate, but they also do. So, I mean, it's a bit of a cliche to say it, but I guess it's what the mind thinks of with how we're kind of raised to look at Middle Eastern sounds and stuff like that. But and that is very generalized, by the way. But Dark Shines goes on to, is it Citizen Erase already, or is it a different track? I'm trying to think of the track list, and I might be missing something. I feel like I definitely am missing something. Space Dementia, that's where I've gotten confused. Space Dementia, how could I forget that track? Oh my god, the piano in it? Holy fucking shit. It's the best piano on the whole album, I'm just saying that now. It is, oh, it's beautiful. And it's just it's so juicy, so inspired. Like, that is where you can hear Rachmaninoff. That's the guy, Rachmaninoff. That is who inspired Matt in just massively on this album, and it is, yeah. I completely butchered it earlier, so if you're still hanging around, now you know. If you didn't hang around, well, you're not gonna know. So, but anyway, yeah, Space Dementia is just such a, I mean, epic. Again, Muse are epic with their sound, always are, always were, always will be. And Space Dementia, holy shit, man. I mean, you know, it's even when with my young virgin ears, I listen to this track a lot. Space Dementia, trying to think of the lyrics, but I can't quite think of them right now. H8. What is H8? Somebody tell me what H8 is. And I think it's a play on hate. H8 is the one for me. It gives me all I need, helps me coexist with the taste. And oh man, I mean, yeah. And every time it comes back down, you'll have the dun 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 dun. I can't quite match it, you know. It's a very unique sound. If you know it, you know it, you know. And it's just should we settle here? I've been walking for a bit. Let's settle here. Why not? My feet are burning from all the stones I've been walking on. Beautiful emerald dragon damselfly there. But yeah, and it really does give you that feeling, because the whole track is is whirring. It's so I can't match it, but you know what I mean. And it sucks you in. It sucks you in, that track does. Unlike any other, I'd say. It really does. I think their mix of like phases, especially at the end, the climax of that track is dun, dun. Yeah, it's almost like a I'm trying to think of another track that does something similar. But really, I don't think any other track does it quite like it. Hyper Music is a track that I've been missing. Hyper Music. But I don't think that's until later. I think that's a little bit later. I'm trying to remember the track listing off the top of my head. And I think I'm doing a semi-decent job. But yeah. If I have butchered the track listing, feel free to I'll probably put in the track listing in the description. And I may miss a track, but I don't think I have. Yeah. It's an inspiring track, Space Dementia. It's one of those tracks which I listen to and I'm like, now I want to go on piano, because it just... And I miss that about Muse, you know, that like the piano in, like, just how prominent the piano was. And don't get me wrong, like sometimes you'll hear the piano, you know, but obviously Matt has changed as a person, as we are free to do. You know, he doesn't do piano half as much as he used to, which is fair enough, you know. But man, he's just... You know, you can tell he was a person who's just spent so many years by a piano when you listen to this album. And now he's truly just letting his inspirations and his own vision with it spill on this album. But yeah, Space Dementia, cool, what a track. Well, that's it. Take a Bow. Take a Bow would be the one I was thinking of, that also has that kind of, that feeling of being sucked in at the end. And it does it better. But we're not on that album yet. We'll hold off. But yeah, Space Dementia. I think we're on Citizen Erased, which when I was younger, I listened to that track essentially religiously. Every day I listened to that track, literally every day. And that's not a lie. Every day I had to listen to it. It was not just how it ended up, it was a goal that I set myself to listen to it every day. Microcuts I didn't listen to so much, which like, come on, why didn't I listen to Microcuts? Because that track is on par with Citizen Erased. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, I think the anger and the rage, the feelings of isolation, for me, I connected so much with Citizen Erased. The lyrics are just so... The lyrics are beautiful on this whole album, but to me the lyrics connected so much on Citizen Erased. As you can probably tell from compared to my Showbiz review, I still think this album like is just as good as ever. You have a bias sometimes when you first listen to an artist. You can be a bit blind to the errors. Honestly, I think Origin of Symmetry is a near perfect album, if not perfect, because every track has something different to offer. You know, Citizen Erased, that opening riff is of course a fan favourite, you know. And it feels like, I don't know, scraping, it's grating, it's like this fury that is semi being unleashed, but then you remember you have to hold back just for possible social acceptance or stuff like that, but it's too late. You know, it's trying to hold up a mask which has already been seen through. And you know, just I think the idea of just kind of disappearing, escaping. Sorry about that. Hay fever. Escaping life at the time was something that I dreamed of. And I would go upstairs, disappear. My parents would ask me how school was. I'd say, stuff. And then I'd go upstairs and listen to Muse and cry. And, this album. Man. I connected to it so much. This track, Citizen Erased, man. I mean, it's 7 minutes. I think it's the longest track on the album. And yeah, it just entranced me. It goes between classic kind of like pixie. Oh! Sorry, I shouldn't have freaked out there, but I did. I'm trying to be better around insects, but also I still have my problems, you know, as we're kind of raised to be afraid of insects. And I saw it in the back of my heel and I freaked the fuck out. But anyway, chill out, Willow. Chill out. Anyway, I want to see what that was because it looked really bright yellow and black, and obviously those are warning signals, just like stingers and stuff. There's an ant on my toe. What are you doing? Fair enough. But yeah, it would go between. Oh, hello, hoverfly. Bloody hoverflies! I hate them. They're ugly. I don't like hoverflies. They're just ugly. I don't think they're a cool creature. I think they're just a boring one. Oh. Is that a vehicle or is that an insect? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, it would go between the really hyper-aggressive and then it would go to like these bits that are like a ocean washing over you, and you'll just be there drifting with it, and then it'll go like and it'll go back into it. And man, I headbanged so hard to this album because that was my way of essentially self-harming, you know. Oopsie, shouldn't have done that. I might have done damage to my brain. I don't know. That was my intention. I think. I think my aspiration. Of the words I could pick, aspiration. My want was to. I thought, you know, in ways, if I damaged my brain, I could change myself. Or something. Yeah. No wonder I connected to this album so much. I wanted to erase who I was. And I mean, yeah. Obviously not a good mental state to be in. And nowadays I listen to it in respects of just the craft of the song itself. And the lyrics are just wash away, clean your body of me, erase all the memories, get lonely, admit it's pain, and I've seen all I'll ever need. And I mean, that still hits me today. It does hit me today. Mostly because of probably my past connection, but also it's just when you know, fuck off. You can actually fuck off. How's a fly? I don't like flies. I mean, I know they're part of the ecosystem, yes, but I just don't like them. That's a prejudiced decision that I have made. I just don't like flies. Based off the fact, it's not prejudice, because they eat sewage and poo. So, fuck them. Anyway, no, they're necessary to the decay of matter. Anyway. But I'm not decaying. That's my point. I am not decaying. I mean, maybe in ways I am. I have waste matter inside me, but you can wait! Anyway. Yeah. Citizen arrays are just glorious. And then, of course, it goes on to microcuts, which is a very conspiracy-led track. The idea of these, you know, without your knowledge, these things being inserted in your brain, whether it's a literal, you know, like Neo with that creature inside him when you know, in the first Matrix film, or metaphorical kind of, let's say, the Macra Terror Doctor Who, where when you go to sleep you have these voices that are calm, kind, ASMR, I suppose you could say, inferring the ideas inside your mind, and you wake up and now you're like, yes, I have a duty, and I must serve it. And microcut seems to go along that line. And of course it flows from citizen arrays, because citizen arrays ends on this sea of kind of synthesized phases over the, you know, and I'm trying to think of how it goes into microcuts, but I can't quite place it, honestly. Can't quite place it. Let me think. So you got the end of citizen array. I've seen all I'll ever need. Oh, yeah, no. That is good. That is good. Yeah. Microcuts. Oh, what an intro. Yeah. And I didn't like it. When I was younger, I didn't like it as much as Citizen Arrays, but holy shit, nowadays, let me tell you, those two tracks have switched places. Oh my god, microcuts is just so fucking good. Oh. I'm not saying any lyrics there, but that's basically Matt Bellamy's vocals. Sounds like forks on the plate. Couldn't match it. But, you know, I love the descriptive blackboard scratch with hate. That's from the live from Le Zenith. He particularly did it in that vocal, in that way, on that one. And I can actually match that, because I think he just did a recording where he went full falsetto, but it's difficult, so he just got the best one he could. And I mean, you know, he can hit it, but it's best to play it safe, I suppose, when you're live. And I couldn't. I'd have to put it down a notch to even be able to try. But yeah, I mean, what you're doing to me, and then cutting puppet strings to our souls, or is it like controlling? I don't remember the precise lyrics, but essentially it's, yeah, about some greater being or something controlling you and your actions and decisions, and just that kind of paranoia and that fear. But it's not necessarily paranoia, because in ways there are things like tabloids that try and dictate how we see the world by cutting information out that's vital that they don't necessarily tell you. So it is based, but it does play into that kind of more fantastical ideas, I would say. But God, it's such an album. That ending though, and it just, it makes you move with it. I think I love that. That's why I like Aphex Twin so much. You know, it really does make you feel every action within it, and your body just, it just moves with it. And the way it goes into, I would headbang so hard to this track, you know, and it just, yeah, this album, this song is just, pure, again, it opens up into that anger and that rage. There's possibly, I suppose, an indication, going back to Dark Shines and Space Dementia, this figure bliss as well, this figure that you've aspired to. Maybe it's not necessarily your own. Maybe it wasn't, you know, an idea that has been implanted in your head. And it really does, it feels like a want to escape, to break free of it. And these microcuts are like chains. You feel like you can't break out of them because they're not real. You can't break out of something that's not real, but you have to find a way to change it. And I feel like that's what this kind of track explores, or at least that's what I infer from it. And I mean, yeah, and just in general, it is a great opportunity, the track itself, to just release any kind of pent-up rage and anger that you might feel. But yeah, and then this track just, it takes a 180 and goes into Screenager, which is an acoustic track, but it's full of all these kind of wooden block like percussive sounds, which are just so inspired. I love it. And essentially it's just about someone who has harmed themselves so much, someone who's degraded their body so much, that they are now unrecognizable to anybody who might have known them. It's very creepypasta in that sense, but done in a way which isn't shit, you know. Hide from your family, they won't know you now. And it's not necessarily that actually is physical. Like, it could be mental, like the person you are, the person you've changed into. You did this in a closed space, in a space where those who were familiar to you weren't with you, and now you've changed and you return to them and they don't recognize you. You've changed that much. And Screenager is such an interesting word. I love it. And when I visualize it in my mind, I see someone in a dark room with a white screen. Not necessarily static, the screen is just white. And just staring at it, and they are concealed behind curtains and veils and layers of different fabrics. And who they are is not something that can just be unraveled. You know, there's so many layers. I don't know if it's not healthy. I think it's like this direction of change has been, I would say, initiated by fear, by a hate of yourself, and just an immediate want to just escape that, instead of allowing for a natural change. It's a forceful change. And yeah, I think that is what I think of this track. It is not necessarily a change that you would want, or you would want, but you know, as a person speaking objectively, you wouldn't want to change like this because it wouldn't be healthy. But God, what an atmosphere! What an atmosphere on this track. I mean, you know, going back to like what I was saying about the Arabic chord progression. And yeah, oh God, this is I certainly took a while to get into this track. Another track that I struggled with early, but as you know, I got older, I really just learned to appreciate the subtlety of it. It stands out in that respect. It stands out. Yeah, oh, it is a luscious track full of so many textures, and it just makes you just go, close your eyes and just listen to it. Listen to the story. It's not going to take you, I wouldn't say it's not going to carry you away like a wave, but it will hold your hand. It will level with you, I would say. It levels with you, and you walk with it. It's a very good track. But I think it might be Hyper Music next, which is just a track which is very much just like, let's make some fucking noise. I do love some of the lyrics in it. What is it? What is it? The opening track. Your golden lies feed my world, or something like that. Oh, I'm trying to remember them. In a forgotten space race under mind control, who's returned from the dead Who remains? Music. I guess it does actually, because I was just thinking of the next lyrics. I don't want you, I never did. I don't love you, I never would or will, or something like that. I forget. But yeah, I mean, I suppose it really does go back to like the other tracks in terms of like I don't know, it's like, yeah, just kind of like being like very blunt and just like I'm good without you, I don't need you. And I suppose in ways Showbiz had that, and I think it is that like Matt Bellamy had somebody who they they loved, and so he's a bit like, I don't need you, I don't need you to be happy, but it's like, come on, you're obsessed, mate. Let's be honest, you're obsessed. Obviously he got past that after this album. I don't think really that follows after this album, but yeah, there is quite an obsession with this figure. But I like the album. I think it's probably healthy. It's probably a healthy track. In ways, it's unapologetically angry. And anger is a good thing to go through. You know, it's necessary, one of the stages of grief. You know, you just, anger is not one emotion. Anger is, I would say, the allowance within yourself to show emotion. Anger is just that key. It's a catalyst to other emotions. It's so necessary. And we should not be afraid to be angry. And hyper music is exactly that. And Matt Bellamy is just like letting out. He's just like, this is it. You know, this is how I feel. And yeah, it's a healthy process. And yeah, I think it's probably, I would say, the least inspired track on the album, I would say. But it's still fun. I love the intro, the ding, 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 so it just sounds like a lot of fun to play live. When it comes to the atmosphere, it doesn't really have any. When it comes to a story, I mean, or something to follow, it has something, but it's not, you know, you're not going to be invested in it like other tracks. You know, it's just a fun track to just be like, fuck yeah, let it fucking out. Oh, and yeah, it's just a fun track, and that's kind of it. I would say, to me, I don't really get anything much more from it. It's just a release of emotion, and that is necessary sometimes. Anyway, after hyper music, let's think. Newborn Darkshine, Space Dementia, Bliss, Citizen Erased, Michael Kurtz, Screenager, hyper music. Is it feeling good? Could be feeling good, which of course, you know, everybody knows feeling good. I mean, it's a classic soul track. Would it be by, is it by Nina Simone? I think so. I might be very wrong now. If so, correct me. And I'm feeling good. Bum, bum. That's a bit more of the Michael Bublé version, which I don't care for, really. But it's the one that gets played so much, it's the first one you think of. Yeah, I mean, personally, I would say, for me, it's better than the Michael Bublé version. For me. But I think, like, kind of, if you try to compare it to the Nina Simone, which I'm saying that, but I might be wrong about it being by Nina Simone, but I'm going to say it is. And I just think they're just too different. They're just too, what it is that is kind of, for me, Michael Bublé, his version, it doesn't feel like he's not actually put anything of himself into it. I don't feel he's got a genuine emotional attachment, his own idea of the track when he does it. But Muse and, I'm gonna say again, Nina Simone, I might be wrong, I hope not. It is their versions, you know, and what it is they're putting into it is something very different. Ultimately it's the same song, but you know what I mean. And I love the Muse version, you know. They're it's yet again, it's just an expression of emotion. And I think, yeah, Hyper Music and Feeling Good, it was a single, an EP. They also had Please, Please Let Me Get What I Want This Time. So 2 covers on that EP, as well as Shine, I'm pretty sure. And I did love Shine. That's a very nice B-side, and I'll probably cover B-sides in another one. But yeah, I preferred the Shine acoustic version, by the way. Lovely, lovely track. Crying every time, genuinely. But yeah, Feeling Good. You know Feeling Good. It's classic soul track. The lyrics are very, very poetic, and I enjoy it. I wouldn't say I've really made that much of a connection to it myself. It's not really a track that I feel, but it's fun. It's a fun track, like Hyper Music, I suppose. I'd say a bit more, you know, a bit more artful, a bit more tasteful than Hyper Music. But yeah, it's a good track, and you can have a bop to it. Dun 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 dun. But yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, they take it into their own. I love the little section where, of course, he's got like a megaphone out, and he's like, "Rise so far in the sun, you know what I'm wearing, so you know, butterflies out of heaven high, you know what I'm wearing, sleeping through when the day's done, and the new world is a new world and a bold world for me," and then it breaks out, which is nice. I do like that. It gives you that bit of, like, you know, just variety within the track, and keeps it fresh and nice. But yeah, I feel like I might be missing some tracks, because I feel like it's a 12 track list album. So then it's Feeling Good, and then Hyper Music, and it can't be Megalomania. Not yet. No way is it Megalomania yet. There's stuff I'm missing. I have to have. What am I missing? Am I? Maybe it is 10 tracks. You got the bonus track, which is Futurism, which is a great track. Oh, I love Futurism so much. Can't believe it's a bonus track. It's so good. It's so inspired. That beautiful, that had it. The metal like little tapping at the beginning is enchanting and haunting, and it's like, oh, and then the, and of course, as everyone said, it's the Hysteria bassline 1.0, Hysteria bassline, you know, and it very much is. You can hear it, you know, but it is still its own track. Oh, I just love it. I just love it so much. Just so I can see a future turn us into silent gods. What are you doing buzzing around my face like that? Motherfucker. I will lift it all. Grounded, boxed in, like an evil in your veins. Yeah, I mean, oh, yeah, that track is great. I love it, and I can't believe it was only a bonus track. I mean, honestly, I would have replaced Feeling Good. I would have replaced Feeling Good with Futurism, because Feeling Good feels like a bonus track. It feels like a bit of fun, but Futurism, I don't know. I'm not Muse though, you know, they made their decision. Yeah, Futurism. I just think it really does give you that picture of a dystopian future, a future where you are, you know, everybody is given this sense of control, this idea of control, but everything, every decision they make has been dictated, has been preconceived, and there is no breaking out of it. There's no breaking free. It's done. It is done and dusted. It's a future you can't prove you don't exist in already, but it is a future, and it's a scary one. I'd like to believe that, you know, we live in a world where we don't have that, where our decisions aren't preconceived, because if they were, let me tell you, it wouldn't be half as rebellious as it is. You know, if you could run a world, then, I mean, you know, I suppose maybe you might make it one where people want to kill each other. Depends how psychopathic you are, you know, it depends how fucking insane you are. Either way, you know, it's something that you'll be ultimately without the knowledge of if you lived in it. But yeah, it's a cool idea. Yeah, I like it. I love it. A Megalomania. I mean, what a track! What a track! Muse really, I'd say, after this album, started to like have the closer track be something grandiose. Megalomania. They got the fucking, what's it? The organ from. Would it be? It was a. Was it St. Paul's Cathedral? They got a big organ. They got a big organ, and they got a clearance to be able to use it and record it for this album, this track. But what a fucking great choice! I mean, it's so the beautiful swirling kind of. And it just, you know, I love it. I love it. It was always just such a great closer. And I'm trying to think of the lyrics. All I can think of is the chorus, is the main lyrics. Take off your disguise. I know that underneath it's me. And it just, yeah, oh, it's enchanting. It's an enchanting track. And I just, yeah, I love it. I love it. It's and just yeah, the sound of the organ when it goes into the chorus. I'm trying to remember. Like, honestly, it's been so long since I listened to Megalomania. Now I think about it, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I listened to the album in general. And I probably should have before I made this video, but I was out on a walk and I thought, fuck it, let's do a walk-in review. And I'm not walking anymore, I have sat down and now I'm just here. But yeah, Origin of Symmetry, one of the great albums of, you know, made on my year of birth. You know, what can I say? That and Amnesiac and some other tracks, albums. You know, dope shit. Yeah. What more is there to say, really? It's a beautiful journey of an album. You know, I happily take it. Like I said, there's literally probably Hyper Music and Feeling Good that are the only tracks really that I just don't connect to. The other tracks are beautiful, just beautiful, twisted, but they're inspiring. They make you want to make music. But of course, I would say though, the thing about Muse is that they have an energy to them which makes it feel almost like they're when I listened to Muse, I never did music because I thought I'd never be able to make music like them. The first artist where I listened to their music and it actually made me be like, I could make music, was Aphex Twin. You know? Muse are so direct, they're so precise, they're so just proper. It is almost scary if you ever wanted to make music and you listen to them. It's scary, it's daunting because they're holy fucking shit. How did I miss Plug-in Baby? Oh my god. Plug-in Baby. God damn. I almost see that track as separate to this album, I guess. It is so... Oh my god, that's crazy shit. I mean, just what a track. What a track, you know? How did I miss that? I knew I was missing a track. Plug-in Baby, I mean, holy shit, you know? It really, I think that was what dictated truly the direction that Muse would go. It's catchy. I mean, when you got an opening like that, it's just like, holy shit. You hear it live, you hear it and you're like, Plug-in Baby. Plug-in Baby, let's go. What an album, what a track. I mean, honestly, it's just, yeah. I've exposed your lies, baby. Underneath no big surprise. And the music video, I mean, I love the music video. I love the music. It's just like, let's have a bunch of women and let's have them all have metallic tentacles coming out of them. Matt Bellamy's living his sex dream, you know. And yeah, I just, it's just, yeah, like, how can you not have a good time to it? How can you not? It's the good time of hyper music and feeling good without sacrificing that something that like a personality. I mean, feeling good has personality, but that's only because that personality has been provided, and they do add their own style to it. But Plug-in Baby, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's just it's just so juicy. Yeah, and yeah, oh man, I don't know how I forgot it. That's you know, it's one of those tracks which you should know, but for some reason it just didn't click in my head. But yeah, I mean, it's truly one of the tracks of all time, you know. Objectively, it outranks basically everything on this album. It does, unfortunately. I love Space Dementia. It's so beautiful, it's so entrancing. The Plug-in Baby, I mean, it is that intro guitar riff is just like, it's almost simple. It's almost simple, but it's not. And it's full of so much energy, full of so much just magic, you know. It's a magical track. And it's never one that I said, Citizen Arrays, I seeked and pursued to listen to that one. Because I never listened to Plug-in Baby like I did Citizen Arrays, it's like every time that comes on, it's just like, yes. Yeah, give it to me. Such a good track. Yeah. But I think that is the album, and it's almost been an hour, and I'm getting a bit But yeah, I mean, it'll always be one of my favourite albums. I'm trying to think, like, if I were to rank it in any way, it's not a perfect album, unfortunately, because some of the tracks on it, like I said, hyper music, feeling good, I just don't like, I like them, but I don't love them, you know. I'd say a lot of the other tracks, I love them. Screen Asia, Dark Shine, Space Dementia, Citizen Arrays. But even Citizen Arrays, whether it's because I listen to it so much, but I feel like it's kind of fallen off a bit for me. Microcuts has taken its place a lot more, though I don't listen to Microcuts religiously. I mean, yeah. I think an 8. I think it would have to be an 8, you know. 8 out of 10. It's definitely gone up from Showbiz. Showbiz, I'm pretty sure I gave that one a 6, possibly dipping into a 5, because of how much tracks are just don't hit it. This album, compared to Showbiz, is just such an improvement. It's such an improvement. Like, and of course the next album is Apocalypse Now. No, Absolution. Apocalypse Now is a film. Apocalypse Please is the song, is the opening. No, intro is actually the opener, and then it's followed by Apocalypse Please. But Absolution, I mean, that was one of my favourite albums at one point, so yeah. And I should probably actually give it a listen before I review it, because Origin of Symmetry I didn't, but I do remember it very well. I think I've got every single track. If I haven't, yeah, well, is what it is. But yeah, that'll be it for my walk-in review. And yeah, I'm gonna go now, finish my walk, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. It's pretty long, but that's just the way I do my videos. I just farted, don't know if you heard that. But yeah, you take care, have a good rest of your day. Unless it's nearly over, then hope that tomorrow is good for you. And get a good rest. Much love. See you when I see you next, I suppose.